So, with gas prices being what they are and money already being tight, more and more people reportedly over the past couple of weeks been running out of gas and then having to do something about that, whether it's just leave their car or call somebody to give them a ride or bring them a tank of gas. What happened when you actually ran out of gas? Has that ever been you?
I've never actually ran out of gas, but I almost ran out of gas.
Okay.
Like I was pulling into the gas station on fumes. I was with Steven and we had left somewhere and we even said we should get gas. And then he thought, no, we'll hit somewhere on the way home, like an exit or something. Well, the exit that was coming up, I didn't think was the actual exit we needed. I thought it was one more. So I told him, I said, no, not this exit. It's the next one. Well, then the next one was never coming. I missed our exit. So finally, once we get to the next exit, I said, you just have to take this one. But I didn't know if there was a gas stop for it. We had to go so far from the exit. It was nuts. There just needs to be gas stations right on the exit. Like every exit you turn off, gas station right there.
And often it feels like it's exactly how it is, right?
Yeah.
But when you need it, then it's like, oh, no.
We
what
had
are
to
we gonna
drive like into town. It was so far. I kept wondering, when does the town come? Where is it?
So I've only ever run out of gas one time and one time only, but it wasn't necessarily entirely my fault. Because in my vehicle, well, I'm pretty like, oh, there's room to put gas in. Let's put gas in. But that's because I like an excuse to go to the gas station. Snacks, lottery tickets. You see my meaning. But where I maybe don't notice as frequently is our Y94 pickup truck. And it was a couple of summers ago when we were giving away one of those Sea-Doo Spark or ATVs or whatever we were giving away at the time. But I was cruising back from whatever broadcast we were doing, and I'm all the way down, probably by one of the Memory Fireworks locations, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh no, there's something wrong with the truck. And I pull over on the side of the road. I'm like, this thing won't move at all. Like, what's going on here? And I called our poor engineer, Al. And I'm like, hey, I don't know who else to call. There's something wrong with the truck. And he's like, that's weird. And he comes out there and probably spends an awkward amount of time screwing around with it, more so than he'd even care to admit. And then he went, is there gas in this vehicle? I was like, I assume so. There was not gas in that vehicle. And so he had to go. And I think I rode with him to like whatever the closest gas station was. And then we went back and we had to pour the little gas in. And then I got out of there. But that's my one time.
I would be terrified that I was going to run out of gas every time I got in that vehicle.
Yeah, it was a skosh embarrassing. Now I check. Now I look to make sure it's like at least over half or something before I even leave this parking lot. But I was like, and we kind of leave it running sometimes too to play music, and you want to have a fair amount of gas in there.
Always make sure it's full now.
Which is a super economical thing to do in this day and age. Oh yeah, we just leave it running.
At least he was able to come bring you that gas.
You know, I never even occurred to me that's what it could be. I thought there was like an honest to goodness problem with the stupid thing.
Was that the first time this has happened to you?
Only time.
It was. I swear, someone else ran out of gas. Did you have to bring someone gas?
I think I've also brought somebody gas before.
That's what it was, because I think someone else ran out of gas.
It was one of our old bosses, in fact.
Yeah, he ran out of gas in the Y94 truck.
We should have just left him there is what we should have done.
We'll come save the truck and gas that up, but you have to stay here. Bye.
You live here now. This is where you are. You actually run out of gas. How'd that play out for you?
This is my story. So I am a major penny pincher. This is a really bad habit I have that when it comes to filling up my tank, I will wait until I find the cheapest gas station to fill up my tank. I mean, the gas light will be on, and I will be playing Russian roulette with my gas tank. And this happened to me recently where I was pushing it, and I was like, please don't run out of gas. Please don't run out of gas. And I was on my way to meet a date, and I ran out of gas. And my date thought that I was making up an excuse. And I had to wait on the side of the road, and finally I just sucked it up. I got my little portable gas tank and had to walk to the gas station. So lesson learned. And I was dressed for my date. I had an extra pair of flip-flops in my car, so I got to take my heels off, but never again. I mean, I do still play Russian roulette because I'm a penny pincher, but I don't wait until the last possible minute to get gas.
Sure.
When the light goes on, I'll like throw $5 in the tank just to have a little bit more.
Which these days is like a straight-up dribble.
Yeah.
Dressed to impress, though, I'm a little surprised somebody didn't pull over and go, hey, you need a ride.
Oh, creepy.
Maybe you'd just be like, no, thank you.
Someone said, and I had just got my license like 2 weeks before, and no one told me how long the gas light could be on for. I thought it meant like soonish, so I could still drive a lot with it. Well, I ran out in my neighborhood, and I had to walk home. My mom called it character building.
I honestly, probably. I like that you thought, it's eventually I'll have to get some gas. Like, there is a finite amount.
But I do think it is kind of character building because then it taught you, like, okay, take this light a little more serious.
What was your instance of that time you actually ran out of gas? How'd that play out for you?
Someone said I had a car die during a test drive after like 6 blocks. Called the dealer and they were furious, blaming me while we were trying to figure out why it died. Turned out it was out of gas. Someone said I didn't want to fill up because gas was like 10 cents cheaper across town, so I thought I'd risk it. Spoiler, did not make it across town. Ran out like 2 blocks away from the gas station. So, yeah, that 10 cents really cost me.
Yeah, famous last words. I can risk it. I'll be fine.
Someone said we were on a road trip in the middle of nowhere. No service, no houses, just fields forever. Gaslight comes on, and we're like, we'll make it to the next town. There was no next town. We ended up stranded for over an hour until a random farmer stopped and helped us out.
Yeah, if you're going to be doing like a long distance drive and you're like, we'll get the next exit, make sure it's for sure that there is one on that next exit. Jeez.
I remember I was driving from like Chicago to Central Illinois, and my brother was with me. And we were trying to go to the hospital because that's where my grandma was. And my light came on. And my brother's like, no, just keep going. We'll make it. We'll make it. I thought, I am not listening to you. Like, you're hungover. I'm not getting any advice from you. Thank goodness I stopped, because after that,
nothing.
I kept keeping track. And I would tell him, like, look, no gas, no gas, no gas. And he was like, good thing we listened to you. But I'm so happy we did.
When did you actually run out of gas? How'd that play out for you?
How about my first day to work after being out of a job for a year and a half? I ran out of gas. And not only did I run out of gas, but I absolutely had to go to 2 different gas stations to fill up my little tank because the first gas station wouldn't take credit cards. So by the time I got to work, which was 2 hours late, I was in so much trouble, and I was freaking out that I was going to have to go through another job, series of job interviews because I was so late. And they were so sweet. I actually told them the truth, of course, and they were like, it's okay, it happens. And I've been at this job for now 7 years, and I will tell you, it's because I was 2 hours late and they were so cool. I think that it actually worked for us.
Well, hey, I mean, it worked out pretty good. It makes you, they'll remember you in a situation like that, I would imagine. They're not going to forget you.
I was going to say, remember in a good way?
Yeah, I'll never forget this experience with you when you have some sort of, memorable moment like this.
Someone said, I ran out of gas in the middle of winter, like below zero, and I thought I had enough gas to get home. I did not. My car dies. Heat goes out. I'm freezing. Had to call for help and just sit there bundled up in my coat.
237, it's call, text to Playhouse. When did you actually run out of gas, and how'd that go?
This was this week, actually. I ran out of gas because I was out of town for a while, and I didn't disconnect my battery. So when I got back, the battery on my car was just totally shot. And AAA came to get it going for me again, and I had to leave the car running for a while. And I left the car running for a little too long, and I ran out of gas and had to call AAA right back.
Hey, guys, you were just here minutes ago. Could you come back, please?
Long story short, it was an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the car just ran out of gas.
Someone said, so I was in the middle of North Dakota, missed the gas station, noticed I was running low, figured I can make it to the next one. Well, the next town didn't have one. Thought for sure I can make it to the next town. Got stuck on the side of the road while a coworker was getting gas for me. He went shopping around for a cheaper gas can while I waited for 2 hours in the hot sun, but at least I was on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's nice, getting paid.
Someone else said, on my way to Montana, I had bought a newer truck that had the miles to empty on it. Well, according to it, I can make it from Fargo to Glendive. So the last 75 miles, I checked again, and it said I was good to go. I ran out of gas like 3 miles before, late at night, no cell service. Thank God my truck had OnStar on it.
Yeah, and boy, you're ever in that situation where like, I don't subscribe to this, but I hope this button works.
Does it work if you're not subscribed?
I think so.
I think it's still, goes through.
Think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, it must be. Do they charge you if they actually help you out, or how's that work?
I'm sure.
There must be something.
They have to, yeah.
Because, like, in case of emergency, I don't think they'd be like, sorry, you're not a subscriber, so.
Please subscribe to get service.
Exactly.
No.
Like, you're just sitting there, your bones sticking out of your body
No,
or something.
I think they still would help.
You actually ran out of gas. What happened?
It was actually pretty awkward. I was with my grandmother and my uncle and my sister, and we were headed to take my grandma to the casino because that was one of her favorite things to do.
Sure.
And so we were on kind of like one of a random back road headed towards there, and we had ran out of gas. So instead of walking, we decided to call the police, and they actually came and got us, and my sister wanted to ride along, so she hopped in the cop car too, and she actually purchased a gas can for us and filled it up and brought it back, and we were on our merry way.
Yeah, how perfect did that work out, though? They, I've got to imagine they're not always willing to help in those situations, but it worked out that time for you.
Yeah, I'm happy they were able to help and drive you where you needed to get.
Ran out of gas. What happened?
Someone said, I swear my car can go at least 30 miles after the light comes on. I've done it before, so I pushed it, and then it betrayed me on my way to work. My boss was nice about it and brought me gas. Someone else said, I borrowed my friend's car, didn't realize how low it was, and of course, I ran out of gas while I had it. I had to call them and say, hey, funny story. Well, it was not funny to them. I ended up filling their tank and bought them snacks after that.
Hey, super funny story. You are going to laugh. Anybody says funny story, like, I don't think it's not going to be funny at all. Oh, yeah. And he actually ran out of gas.
All right. So I am a real estate agent, and I had a couple that wanted to look at homes out in the middle of nowhere.
Of course they did.
And, we're a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes out looking at these properties. And all of a sudden, it's like, my car, I look down on zero, and my car dies.
Oh, and you got these people with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's us and the cows. And it was like, okay, we could barely get a signal. I was like, you know what? Let me walk back. And I had to walk an hour.
I'm curious if you ended up selling these guys a house.
They actually, yes, I did, because they were so impressed that I would go, above and beyond and getting them out of this. They were like, well, we like her. She got us out of the predicament, but they never let me live it down.
Yeah, probably rightfully so.
Someone said I ran out of gas pulling into the gas station. Like I made it, but not quite. I had to get out and push my car the last few feet while people watched.
Of course, nobody was like, let me walk over and help this person just get 10 feet.
How did no one help you?
Like, I can see there's times where like, oh, that's quite the time commitment. I don't know if I can help. But you can see what's happening there. Like, okay, I need to get it right there.
Someone else said, my husband bought a used car and we took it on a test run and it died with no gas. And the guy said the gas gauge was off, but swore it had gas. Nope, it did not.